All right. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. Incredible greetings. All right, what the heck is going on here? Anybody tell you to come on? All righty, let's see. Okay, there we go. We are live. Let me go ahead and share this out. All right, y'all. We got to talk about some things. Okay. All right. So we shared that out. And then let's go ahead. Alrighty. How? Oh, shoot. Dang it. Now I have to do it all over. Okay, wait. Let's see. Okay, I copied the text. All right, cool. That'll work. All right, so let's share this out. Group. All right, there we go. Incredible morning. So I don't know. Like I really want to wait till people get in the room because I just shared it out. But at the same time, I am like pumped up, ready to get going on this topic. Like I am like, it's like I feel like I'm about to burst because this is crazy. This is absolutely bananas. And I more so need, like, I definitely need the beginners because I think they need to hear this information before they start making some really, like, it's best to get this information and just this revelation in the beginning so that we cannot make these crazy and silly mistakes like O-M to the G. Oh my gosh, like I wish there was a way for me to like click a button and for me to reach every brand new, like new to the game of crafting, creating, like small businesses, startup businesses, like in the creative space, printing, making shirts, doing party favors, doing, I mean, even all the grad stuff, because man, oh 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 man. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, so hopefully these numbers get up, and we have some people in the room. If not, it'll be like those of you who catch it in the beginning. You can, may want to filter out, or I'll end up having to repeat it. So maybe I'll give myself a timer to kind of like get through most of the talking points, and then maybe at like a certain point, I basically start over for people who are just coming into the room, and who didn't catch the beginning and not quite great with like context clues and like piecing it all together. So yeah. Hello. Incredible greetings, everyone. Welcome in. As you guys come in, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are watching from. Yeah. Woo. For those Those of you who are on and currently watching, how many of you guys struggle with pricing? How many of you guys, pricing right now is a challenge for you? Hey, how you doing? All right. Pricing is a challenge for me. Hey, just say, why do you feel pricing is a challenge for you? This is really one of those discussions that I really, really want to have. I like having these discussions in my creative business program where I can talk and hear voices and like really, really get a clear understanding of where people are like struggling at, or why it's challenging for them. And a lot of the times it's the same answer. So I want to just kind of see where where some people like are. So you're saying that you don't have challenges with pricing. So you're good and you found your ideal client. They don't really question you when it comes to pricing and things of that nature. They're pretty good with your pricing. And it doesn't affect how your orders come in. Um, with your pricing, do you do bundles? So pricing and bundles are going to be the main topics, the main areas of discussion today. Some of the projects I do are not standard. Um, I wish. So, what do you mean, like as far as like? Okay, they may not be standard, but you have a standard way of determining your prices? Um, yeah, do you have a standard way of determining? So you don't do bundles, okay? That's, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's good. I mean, bundles can, if done correctly, bundles can work. Um, but that's good, like that, you're not having any issues. I like that, right? Because that means that you have a good grasp of your audience and just knowing um that demographic, the price point that works for them. You're not doing kind of like a lot of back and forth. That means that you're not getting a lot of pushback on your prices and things of that nature, and a lot of haggling. So that's great. Hello, 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 incredible greeting. I usually price by the job mostly. um hmm so there's nothing that is consistent. Okay, man, I just like, these are the times where I just really wish I could kind of have guys on a Zoom. Um, is every single one of your jobs like different? So do they not all like what all do you provide? What all services or products do you provide? Hello, is it Naka Clark? For some reason, I don't see it coming up over here, but I do see your comment here. So hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings, welcome. So yeah, for some reason, some comments I'm not seeing pop up on my comment feed over here, but hello and welcome to anyone that is on. Um, oh wait, did I? Oh wait, I think I put that. Did I put it on the wrong one? I don't know. Did I put the highlight in the wrong one? I think I did because it didn't pop up over here. Great. I just wasted a highlight on the wrong video. Shoot. And you only get one of those per day. And it's definitely on. Is it on the wrong one? Hold on. Let me see. Comments. Okay, no, I put it there, but oh no, yep, I did it on the wrong one. Dang it. Why is that coming up to a like if I click on this, it's going to a totally different video? That's so okay. That now I don't like that because that means that I just shared this and people might be going to the wrong video. So, like, let's say here, right? So I shared this out, but when I click on it, it goes to my video from a few days ago. That's not, oh, heck no. That might be one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, I'm sharing it out and I'm not seeing, that's crazy. It's going, so I'm sharing it out and it's literally going to a different video. So if someone comes on here and they click on the video to watch it, hold on. It's going to a different video. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yep, it goes to, so even like I just did this. I clicked on this one right here and it put it in the corner. And when I clicked on it again, it still says let's talk bundles, but when I click on it, it takes me to a different video. Oh, wow. That's kind of crazy. And had I not commented on here, I would have never realized that. What the heck? So Facebook just gonna play in my face like that? Wow. So here I am sharing the video out, thinking that, okay, and I'm like, I'm sharing it to groups and stuff. And when they click on it, they're not being brought to my current video. That's not cool. Wow. Okay, I spoke wrong. Some projects, yes. Like flyers, I have standard prices. Memorial programs, I have standard prices according to size. So okay, so give me an idea of what jobs don't have standard pricing. I am really upset about this. Wow. I'm going to delete that share because that's not helping me any. It's sending people to the wrong video. Wow. That's just crazy. And now it doesn't even show up on my page. Ay, 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 Dios míos. That's so bootleg. All right. So we have, okay, y'all, it's Saturday. Y'all aren't at work. We got a few people in the room, but I don't see enough comments. I don't see enough hellos in the chat. Let me know you guys are here. I want to be able to help you guys. Like, there's a lot of people giving y'all the craft side. Y'all can learn all that stuff. But I know that there's a great deal of you guys who are struggling when it comes to pricing. I see it in the groups all the time. How much are you guys charging for this? The fact that you're asking these questions, you don't understand how to properly price. you're losing out on money. So this is information that you need. May not be what you feel like you want. You think you want just well, I want to know, somebody teach me how to do these clack fans. Oh, I'm messing up on this. Teach me how to do graduation stoles and tumblers and yard signs and what else is trending right now? Fans and the party buckets and stuff like that. So I know that's the stuff that you may feel like you want to learn, but this is the information that you need. If you're in business, you need to understand pricing. This is what you guys should be tuning in on. This is where you should be engaging at, because this is the most important part. It doesn't matter how many things you learn how to make. If you don't understand how to properly price it, if you don't learn to stop cutting yourself off at the knees when it comes to these prices and these bundles, you're going to always be overworking yourselves, and you're going to need to learn the next thing and the next thing and the next thing to so-called keep up. But then you're going to have an accumulation of all this stuff in your workspace that you felt like didn't work because you weren't making money off of it. You didn't see a return because you are not taking the time to listen to someone or take a proper class that's about the business side and about pricing. If all you care about is the craft stuff, then don't even mention the business. Don't create them little silly logos that y'all make. Just say that you just have a hobby. Just craft it out. Don't worry about a business name. Don't worry about an LLC. If you're not trying to learn about pricing, don't worry about all of that. Like, I don't understand how you guys want a business, but you never want to hear the business talk. You just want to keep learning craft. Then you're just a crafter. Mounting a jersey in a shadow box, cut 5 skulls out of vinyl for decals, typed up instructions on how to apply it. Well, the instructions for applying vinyl, that should not be something that you're doing for every single order. So that should be something that is standard. Once you have instructions for how to apply vinyl, that should just be that. And that is something that you should be able to just pull up and send to them. So that should just be a part of a system and not necessarily something that you should be charging for having to type it up every single time. That's just not an efficient use of your time if you're doing that for every single order. And your customers shouldn't necessarily incur that cost. Cutting vinyl, there should be a standard for that. How you cut the vinyl is how you cut the vinyl. Giving that, your vinyl cost is your vinyl cost. You should have already calculated how much is it per square foot, per square inch, or per inch, or per foot, or whatever. And you should kind of have that amount. So there are things that you could definitely make standard, and you just have to work on that. Mounting a jersey inside of a shadow box. It doesn't matter what size jersey that is. If that's something that you're going to consistently do in your business, then you need to make sure that you have perfected what all do you need. And that process should be standard. That should not change from person to person to person, even with it being different sizes. If that is something that you want to do in your business, it might be that you need to go out and purchase jerseys in different sizes so that you understand what that process is for the different sizes, if it's a different box. If the issue with doing it is, well, okay, I'll get this jersey and I tried this box out, that one doesn't work, so I'm putting it together, and so that doesn't have to take it apart, try this box, then that's not business, that's not efficiency. So that's not a struggle in pricing. That's a struggle in just your processes of business. And this is one of the things that I am finding out when it comes to things like this. A lot of when you're not educated or you're not familiar with things of business, we end up I'll say blaming or attaching it to one thing, but it's due to something else and not clearly identifying where that problem is. So you might end up taking a class on, like, let's say we're talking about pricing. So if I had an offer right now at the end of this that was about, hey, I'm going to teach you about pricing, you would go and you would take that class, but that still wouldn't solve your problem because it looks to be a system problem for you and figuring out, okay, well, what box do I need for this size jersey, this type of jersey, instead of trying to figure it out on the fly and on the go. Maybe the first couple of times you're doing it, it's not setting a clear price because you've never done this before. That's one of the other issues that I find that when it comes to creatives and crafters, the moment that they are able to do something, it's, oh, yep, it's an offering and I want to put a price to this, but you don't fully understand it. You may need to do a couple of them under your belt where it might just be supply, like you want to at least cover the supplies. And, you know, if you can get basically like a tip or get a little something on top, because it's not something that you are proficient in doing. For a businesses that thrive, the business itself have created a professional way, a proficient way of doing something. They're not figuring it out on the fly and saying, okay, hey, this is a business. You wouldn't want a doctor who's just trying to, well, I'm not going to say that because I feel like they're always figuring it out on the fly because a diagnosis is nothing but a guess, but they've done some sort of training to at least know the human body. They didn't go and just read a textbook yesterday and say, okay, hey, now I'm a doctor. So for me, anything in business, you should know your business inside and out if you're going to take someone's money and put a price to it. So hello, incredible greetings. You're absolutely correct. Hey. So today's discussion is pricing and bundles. All right, so I know we have quite a few people that are coming in now. So the question that I posed when I first started was, who here is experiencing challenges with their pricing? If you are someone who has decided to turn your creative skills, your crafting skills, your hobby, you know, all the other words, passion to profit, craft to cash, I always say monetize your gifts, monetize your skills, things like that. If you have made a conscious decision to do that and you are having challenges with pricing, let me know in the chat. I really should start setting up my other phone for Instagram. I keep saying I want to start doing Instagram and I never do because it's so much. It is easier for me, like with this setup, like setting it up for Instagram is harder. I got to figure out a setup to where I can put another tripod back here and set up my phone or my secondary phone. So I don't have any bit. I'm talking to myself. I'm only talking to what I think 2 people answered originally. So everybody else here, you're just crafters. Nobody here is in a business because, or everybody, no one here is having challenges in pricing. So that means that out of everyone that is watching, you're either not a business or you're not having challenges. So I should see my numbers drop down to just the 2 people that commented, because the rest of you don't need this information. That means the rest of y'all just being nosy or y'all just need entertainment. But I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to help you. So I guess I'll put it here. Okay, so I'll do it like this. I still have issues with pricing bundles, especially during grad season. Talk me through what your challenges is. Why do you feel like you're having price? Where do you feel that challenge comes from? Is it that you just don't know how to price it based off of how other people are pricing? Do you feel like your pricing is not correct because people are not biting at the bit to, or chomping at the bit to purchase? Pricing has been difficult for me. Why is that? How do we price our items? How are you pricing them now? Do you feel like, and I just realized every time I comment, that's going to, so let me do it like this. Let me, um, um, my people want luxury for dollar store prices. Okay. For some reason, people think 4 is a bulk order. They ask for 2025, then drop to 4 and expect the same prices. I am doing grad fans for the first time this year. What are my steps to help determine prices? What all to consider? Okay. Let's see here. Hey, incredible greetings. Okay. How much would it be worth to you guys to figure out pricing? So, if I help you with pricing, what do I get out of the deal? What do I get out of the deal? Can I get you to continue to engage and share? I mean, continue to engage and actually leave comments, because that's normally what I ask for. Can I get a like? Have you liked the video? For anyone that has posted a question about pricing, have you taken the time to like this video? Are you subscribed to my YouTube channels? So that's the third thing. Have you hit the share button? Have you tagged a friend? So if I help you understand pricing better, what do I get out of the deal? Or am I going to share my 3 decades of experience in business and pricing, and I'm going to walk away with nothing, but you walk away with knowledge that's going to help your business? How can we make this an even exchange? Because I have pricing for profit. I have a grad master program where we went over pricing. If you are not enrolled in that, that means that you were not willing to invest money and pay me for my information, right? But I'm still here and I'm willing to help you. But all I asked for was comments and engagement, a like, a subscribe, a tag of at least 1 or 2 creative friends, and a share. That's it. I ain't even dropping the Cash App, because obviously the fact that y'all haven't invested in the classes that I have for this lets me know that you're not going to invest monetarily. So let's see if we can get some digital currency going on. Got real quiet. Couple comments, 2 comments that said yes, that they would like. So the very first thing I asked for was comments. And still don't get those. So I'm going to get nothing out of the deal. So should I still help? I should still help, right? Because I came on here and I said I would help with pricing. All right. I'm going to fulfill my end of this. And I came on here to talk about pricing. Maybe by the end of this, I'll go in and I'll be surprised and I'll see some shares. I'll see more comments. I'll get more engagement. Maybe. I'm not talking to the people who commented. I see you. I know you guys are here. You comment before, but you guys aren't the only ones here. So it's a lot of other people that are on here that are literally just sitting around in the background, but they want this information. They want it. I guarantee you it will help them. But you know who's not going to get credit? Shaki ain't going to never get credit for it. I ain't going to never get the thank you. I ain't going to never get the review, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So someone asked a question on, is it better to provide bundles? Right? I'm just going to leave that up real quick. I'm not going to say that it's better. Do you have to? Absolutely not. If you decide to, make it make sense. What I will say when it comes to bundles, stop overly discounting your stuff. OM freaking G. I'm looking at some of these bundles that y'all are doing. And one, y'all aren't really providing value. One, the numbers don't make sense. The numbers don't make sense in y'all bundles. It really doesn't. I don't know which videos y'all are watching. I really don't. I don't know if y'all want to say, but the numbers, no, for real. I need somebody to explain to me, where y'all getting these numbers from? How do we have 10 shirts and 3 buttons? Make it make sense. Please make it make sense. Then on top of that, you don't even have an add-on, like if they want more. Like, so I've done stuff to where I'm like, I'm just gonna give you, like, if you had shirts, I might give you 3 buttons because now it's not enough for the 10 shirts that you have. Yeah, they're gonna want some more of these, whatever. So if I'm gonna get 3 for free, how can I get 7 more? Okay, now we're upselling. Like, we're increasing our average order value. So if we're going to go and give something away, because basically y'all giving stuff away anyway, y'all ain't making no money. I promise you, y'all not making no money. Y'all really giving stuff away with these bundles. Here's the thing. When it comes to making things by hand, it's the same process. If your process is not being cut down, or it's not, the more you do, the more efficient it is, please stop discounting and stop giving these heavy discounts. These $5, $1, 50 cents is technically still a discount. 25 cents is still a discount. Maybe start working on percentages. If they get a certain number of things, it might be a percentage, and it doesn't have to be 20, 15. Stop. Y'all are wondering why y'all doing all this work, but y'all not seeing no money at the end of it, because it's bad enough y'all buying y'all stuff retail. That's mistake number 1. Y'all buying your stuff retail because you're waiting till the last minute. You're not really planning out. You are not buying stuff in bulk. So you're not getting it low and selling it high. So you're buying it I buy my stuff by order, So you're buying it that way, and then you're giving discounts on your labor. It's taking you forever and a day because you're just learning how to do these things. So for some of you guys, and those who do know how to do it, you're still struggling on pricing because you're doing all of these. You're putting all these things in your bundles that require all these different steps, and you're working in a space that's this big. You're afraid to outsource as if you're going to lose money, when it actually, in fact, helps you because it frees you up to do the things that you can actually do in your space. So because you're trying to do everything, you're trying to market, you're trying to take pictures, you're trying to post to social media, you're not making no damn money. You're not making no money. Then you got people telling you, one, you already have a bundle that's overly discounted. Heard somebody say, if somebody then wanted 3 of those bundles, to discount it some more. So we just gonna just keep just giving, we just gonna keep giving away money. I want to ask y'all this question. Here's a serious question for you. If you have a 9 to 5, if you have like a regular W-2 job, if your job told you or asked you to work overtime, to do extra tasks, but they were going to pay you less than your actual wages, like your actual salary, your actual your wages, would you do the overtime? Would you do the overtime? Or are you gonna look at them like they crazy? They want you to do extra work, but they're gonna pay you less. You doing it? Let me know. Are you working less for doing more work? I mean, are you going to take, are you going to accept getting paid less for doing more work? So why in the hell y'all go and start your own business? Oh, I want to leave my job. But the things that you would not accept on a job from somebody else, you're going to go and you're going to do it for working for yourself. I thought the whole purpose of you going to is if you had more freedom, you can do something. So why would you then go for your business, do something silly like that and take less money for doing more work? Make it make sense. I need for somebody to explain to me, how does it make sense to do more work for less money? But you won't do it on them other people's job. But y'all are letting these people who have internet fame and y'all think that they got it all together convince you that it makes sense. See, I'm the minority in it. I'm not the one telling you to do bundles. Oh, I'm not the one preaching people. Oh yeah, do a bundle. They gonna want this. They gonna want that. I'm not the one doing that. So I'm the minority. I must be oh, she don't know what she's talking about. I'm gonna listen to the people that they know what they talking about because of X, Y, and Z. The hell? When you go, if you go to a fast food place, McDonald's, like they have value meals, right? You make, if you were to get a burger by itself, a drink by itself, a fry by itself, might cost a little bit more. You combine all of that, okay, you're going to get a couple dollars off. But if you wanted 10 of the number 10, the number one, are they giving you more discounts? We keep trying, or people keep trying to say, compare yourself, think like a big business. Oh, the big businesses do it all the time. No, hell no, they're not doing no foolishness like that. Y'all are making moves out of desperation. Oh, they not buying, they not, so you want to keep luring, you want to keep doing all these bundles, trying to make it enticing for them. Oh, the economy is bad. Okay, guess what? It might be bad. All this grass stuff ain't no necessity. If they can't afford it, they cannot afford it. If you want the people that can afford it, then guess what? You are going to have to do more to not continue to just post on social media and advertise to the people who ain't got no money. Because when you want to actually get folks that got money that's not going to question you, your business has to be presented in a certain way. I should not go to your web. Baby, I should not go to your website and the thumbnail for your product. First picture, you taking the picture and I'm looking at your toes. Excuse me? I'm sorry. Why do I see your toes in some socks? Why? 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 Well, I see your baby walking around in the background. But you want to, but you want people to pay top-notch prices. We say we got luxury. I mean, I ain't picking on you, the person that said they want luxury for dollar store prices. Are you presenting your product like is it giving Dollar Tree? Is it giving dollar store? Are you using dollar store products? But you're saying because you're doing all this stuff, it's luxury. I mean, I'm just saying. It doesn't make sense. Now, those who do digital, they're doing no work. They will create something one time and you can go and people will bundle this and bundle that because it's digital. It's no work. They upload it and it's, please stop listening to people who tell you to bundle physical products that you have to print out, cut out, make by hand, press by hand. Please stop listening to people that say, oh, well, I do it in my business, but if their business is all digital, they not out here selling not a damn thing that they're physically making with their hands. But they're saying do it too. Digital and physical products are not the same. They're not the same. Everyone doesn't expect a discount. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's the way that you are presenting your business. Where they feel like they can come and ask for a discount. Because unless there's a coupon that the company has put out, people aren't going to these corporations and asking them for additional discounts. They're not walking up to the people. Hey, excuse me, can I speak to the manager? Okay, well, I need 10 of these. Any way I can get a discount on this? No, because that's not their business model. That's not how they present their business. But when it's just about creating, about crafting and just throwing it up there, and y'all are letting it be known, y'all don't know what the hell y'all doing openly on social media, folks gonna like to try you. They are. They're gonna like to try you. When y'all are being very open that you using Dollar Tree stuff because y'all listen to folks saying, show the back of that, show the details, show your process, show your this, show your that. And you showing them that you operating like I can try you. That's what they're gonna do. Because guess what? Everybody don't get that energy. Everybody not getting that energy of looking for a discount. Some of us, I'm gonna tell you this damn price, and either you're gonna pay it or you're not. And I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm not finna beg you. I'm not finna go and try and convince you. Some of y'all get this energy from people because when they give pushback and resistance, you trying to figure out a way to secure the sale. You trying to make it seem better by adding on all this other stuff, and you working yourself to the bone, and they're the one that's winning and you're losing. How you're presenting your business is why for some people, is why you're getting treated the way you're getting treated and why people are approaching you the way that they are approaching you. the caliber of people you are choosing to deal with, because you may or may not want to invest money into proper marketing, into how you present your business, is why you're getting that caliber of customer. I spent so long, like I told y'all, like now, like it or leave it, I don't really care. Some people ain't gonna like my delivery. Eventually, you'll come around and realize, yeah, she was right. I don't gotta. Yeah, scratch that. I'm gonna leave that part alone. All right, so let's talk about pricing, right? There is no right or wrong way to price. Kind of, sort of. Every area is different. Every city, every state, the cost of living is different. Who you are selling your items to, they are going to put a different value on those items. People have different expectations of things. The way that you make items. Some of you guys are putting way too much energy and effort into some of these products. Case in point, these vending machines, washing machines, refrigerators, microwaves. Love my girl, but the vanity machines, all this stuff that requires adhesive prints on foam board. See, in y'all mind, it's worth all this money because y'all took an expensive behind print and you're putting it on cheap foam board. Because y'all using Dollar Tree foam board, or even the one from Walmart with the blue label, not the teal label. I mean, even foam board in general, I mean, it's meant to be disposable. This ain't something that these kids gonna play with forever. This isn't durable. It's not plastic. It's not wood. It's not PVC. It's freaking foam board. It's not something that people are going to put a lot of value in. Them kids finna go, they finna get that stuff out of it. Most of them not finna look twice at it. In y'all mind, y'all thinking, oh, but they can use it, put their toys in, they can just, them kids don't care about that shit. But y'all want parents to put value in the fact that you're putting a print on foam board. And the print costs more than the foam board. So your price is there because you're doing, and y'all don't have your own printer in-house. So now you're having to outsource it. You're outsourcing it via retail. Instead of maybe getting your orders together, learning how to use design software to do what's called nesting, ordering from a company that does large format prints, and you could probably fit 2 sets, or if they print bigger, maybe if depending on the size printer they have and the size that you're doing, you might be able to fit 2 or 3 sets. And if they have pricing based off of the square inch or foot, if they have 54-inch vinyl and you're able to fit 3 sets on there, guess what? You are paying the same amount of money to get 3 printed, and it'll be less than you going to Walgreens, CVS, all these other places and getting 1 printed, because you're printing them one by one. Business is about creating efficiency. Efficiency is where the profits are. Doing things one by one, you're going to barely see profits. Your customers don't want to pay for your inefficiencies. So that might be one of the reasons why I'm like, I don't got them problems. So when people are like, oh my God, how can they charge so little? Because I know how to be efficient. I'm not ordering stuff one by one. I'm going to have a process. I'm going to get these orders in. They're going to be designed. I'm going to do what's called nesting them. I'm going to save them on this print. I'm going to submit this, and I'm going to have this company print them all out, and I can cut them out. That's how I was doing back in the day. Now I have my roll, and I can print them, and if I really have a whole bunch, I'm going to still do the same thing. So this is why it's really hard to just give you guys a blanketed price. See, that's what you guys want. You want someone to just tell you the price instead of teaching you business. But this is how you end up burnt out and broke, because you don't understand the levels of business. And when you're starting out, I'm telling you right now, if you're looking for high profit starting out in this type of business, it's not going to happen because you're not creating efficiency. You're not buying low and selling high. You're not doing things like bundling nesting. You're buying your shirts order for order. You're doing your prints order for order. You're doing things one by one by one by one by one by one. Your efficiency is going to be very low, which means your profits are going to be low. The more you learn, the more you are in the right rooms, the right classes, the right business classes to teach you these things. And you're not just worried about the next craft, the next trend, the next fad. You'll learn to become more efficient. And with efficiency comes higher profits because you'll have better systems. It will become easier for you to run business. You're not going to be like a hamster just running on a wheel, but y'all don't want that, right? That ain't what y'all want. Y'all just want y'all just want to learn the next new craft, right? That's what y'all want. That's all. This ain't the popular stuff. In your mind, if I get I just get a new printer, I just need a better printer. I need to learn a new method. That's where the big buck's at. Let me add on yet. I don't have enough. You don't have enough time to do the things that you have, but you are constantly letting people convince you. Well, you need to add on this because it's going to increase your average because you can bundle it together. If they're going to want this, they're going to want that. You need to be a one-stop shop. That one-stop shop mentality, when you a one-man band, gonna get you nowhere fast. So get you nowhere real fast. You got to understand your market, who you're marketing to, the value that they're going to put on it. Everybody's not going to put value on the things that you like to do. You thought it was cute. You thought it was trending because you're seeing it in these groups. Your customers isn't going to put value on that. So one, it's understanding the value that your customers are going to put on the things that you are providing. Everybody's worth something. That charge your worth and add tax, y'all got to take that out of your mind because you're making it about you. Your business doesn't survive off of your worth. Your business, if you have a business, survives off of the value that a customer puts on it and them deciding whether or not they are willing to pay that value. Your worth doesn't hold a lot of weight in your business. Your worth does not hold a lot of weight in your business because you are not buying from you. Do y'all understand that? You are not buying from you. Part two of it, I guarantee 75% of the people who are watching right now don't know the basic numbers of their business. You don't know how much it is and the breakdown per sheet of paper. If you brought a pack of something, breaking that cost down, how much does it cost to produce that thing? Whatever it is, from start to finish. You don't know your numbers. Someone cannot help you with pricing if you don't understand your numbers. Because someone completely working out of their home, they don't have a lot of overhead, they don't have a lot of subscriptions and things like. So what it takes to run their business, the cost is very low. They're keeping it really, really lean. They don't have a lot of bills. So they could charge maybe a lower price and technically profit the same amount as someone who has a higher price for their product, but this person has a lot of overhead. You have to stop looking at the sticker price that someone has on something, because you do not know what's going on in their business. You have to figure out what works for you, where you're selling at, the demographic that you are putting the energy and effort into selling to. If you're not out there trying to really talk to high value clients and you want to get whatever riffraff comes your way based off of whatever post you make, then you need to be satisfied with the clientele that you get, because you're not putting in any real work. You're not showing up, like truly showing up online. You can't talk about your business. If somebody asks you about your business, it's a lot of ums, a lot of eye rolls. You're trying to remember certain things. You cannot stand here and go and rattle off about your business, what it is that you do, what's the benefit, what's that unique thing about your business. Because you don't have a relationship with your business. You're not truly eat, sleeping, and breathing your business. You want to fool yourself into thinking you are, because you're taking this class, you're taking that class, you're watching this video, you're on YouTube. But do you truly know your business? Do you have a plan? Have you set goals? What's your desired result? Have you thought about those things? Have you thought about a growth plan? Have you researched what will this look like with me not being a solopreneur? How do I plan for that? If you're the person that's still asking, how do I get this for cheap? What website can I get where I don't have to pay for it? Stop trying to have high prices. You're not ready for no high ticket. The more money that you want to make, the more money you're going to have to invest in it, the more systems it's going to take, the more efficiency it's going to take. Y'all want to be crafters, and it's okay to be a crafter. For some of you, that's the lane that you need. I know y'all don't want to hear this. Who she thinks she's talking to? But for some of you, it is okay. Stop making people make you feel like it's a bad thing for you just to be a crafter. I spent plenty of money on stuff that I did not see a return on, because it was just something that I enjoy doing. If you enjoy doing it, you just do it. If you happen to make some money back for it, okay. But for some of you, you're not really trying to operate a business. You are really wanting people to pay for your hobby. I want this printer, but I don't really want to spend my money for it, because I'm gonna have to determine, between this bill or that bill or getting this. So I want to go and say I have a business because I just wanted to justify me buying this new machine. You don't want a business. You want someone to support your hobby. If you're not willing to support your hobby yourself and put the money out there, stop stop trying to do too much. How many of you guys here know what your overhead is? Who knows what their monthly overhead is? If you have a business, you know what your monthly overhead is. That's a word. You are not truly eat, sleeping, and breathing your business. You're preaching today. You can't survive being a one-man band. Not through expansion. If you're keeping your business small and manageable, you can. But with what I'm seeing for like all of the things that people are trying to add to it, they're trying to put on, like, add too much stuff to where it's going to be impossible to do it alone. There are certain business models, and if you do it a certain way, you can kind of get started, you can thrive, you can you can get to a certain level of success kind of being solo. But as you're ready, once you're ready to grow, you're going to have to explore systems, teams, automations. You're going to have to spend some money. Okay. So everybody else knows their numbers because only 2 people said that I don't. So that means everybody else knows their numbers. Okay, good. I don't even know what all that entails. Subscriptions you have, like, so for us, it's the subscriptions we have, it is our business insurances, it's our part of our utilities and internet and phone. So whatever that portion is, that we pay out, so that's going to go towards that. um the supplies that, like, it's certain things that we have to get on a monthly basis. Well, at least when I was doing more of the custom stuff. So like on that side, like it might be certain supplies that you're getting on a consistent basis because you're paying attention, like, to those things, and how you're buying them, like putting yourself on a schedule for that. But for us, it's a lot more of like all of our subscriptions, the things that we have for automation for our business and paying for those systems and different programs and things like that. And all of our business things like insurances, rentals, and what else I just say? Our bills like lights, water, utilities, internet, phone, stuff like that. Even if I work my business from home, doesn't mean that you don't put in systems, you don't put systems in place. It doesn't mean that you don't think about these things. It doesn't mean that you don't calculate these things. We operate from home. There's a lot of businesses that operate from home, operate from their basement, operate from, some people just have a small desk, but they still identify what their, our websites is other thing I forgot. They still identify what their operational costs are. If you have staffing, if you have virtual assistants, whatever it, like the money that comes like every single month, like clockwork, you are going to have to pay these things out. That is what your overhead is. I work from home and I still feel like my overhead is high. No, it's not high, but I still have to know those numbers. And I have a mainly like digital business. I do some of the, I still do like some of the customized things more so. Like for me, it's like, this is like my creative outlet. This is a stress reliever for me. So I'll take on jobs more so for stress relief for me than it being like a major part of business, because I make the bulk of my contribution to our household from classes and like our product line, for Honestly Speaking, which again, if you did not know, we are reducing that. I'm trying to do my best to give you guys an opportunity to purchase it before we have to destroy a lot of that inventory. Yes, sir. He thought his tooth fell out because he has two loose in the front. I do think they're gonna fall out before his birthday. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's lower than most in that um we don't have like we no longer have to worry about paying for rental space for like an outside like location and things of that nature. Um, we don't have a lot of outside staff. We employ our children. That it's tax strategies like that that also kind of keeps money flowing back through through our household where we get the tax benefits, but we get to employ our kids to pay, because they want stuff. So the stuff they want to get paid, they get it through their salaries, through their jobs, their payouts, so their paychecks. Um, but yeah, you have to know your numbers. So when people are asking about pricing, how do you price something? I don't know what your overhead is. Are you going to be consistent, right? Pricing can also be based off of, that word. How consistent are your orders coming in? How consistent are you with making that particular thing? If you're not able to make this a repeatable process where you can buy low, sell high, as far as buying the supplies, and you're buying it one by one and you're doing 30,000 different things, and it's always something different, it's going to be very hard to really get a grasp of your pricing. If you're doing a lot of seasonal things, it can be really hard. A tumbler should be a tumbler. It doesn't matter if this tumbler has grad, if it has Easter, if it had. I'm about to do a bunch of tumblers because we have one of the schools here. They're having their like alumni type picnic. My tumblers don't change from when she ordered them for her son for the youth football and the ones that she's about to order now. It doesn't change. So it's just a different design on it. That's it. But you should already know those things. So if you're doing tumblers, but you want to do different things, you should still know what your tumblers are going to cost. You should know the cost of your shirts. You should know the cost of like in pricing for profit. I teach that everything that you use, it should technically get paid for wear and tear. There's a lot of factors. There's no one way. Some people choose to just do the supplies times 3. They're not factoring in labor. Some people don't have a tiered system for quick and easy things versus things that take a lot of time, energy, and labor, and having different pricing like structures for those different things. So it's hard to say, okay, it just needs to be this. I don't know what your skill level is. As a beginner, you're not a professional. You're not very good at some of the things that you do. These cutouts, what I charge in it, and then some folk where your cuts look like Who Shot John, your prices can't be the same as mine because baby, that's not the same quality. So how can someone go and truly give you advice? Or if someone did give you like honest advice, half of you would be in your feelings because it's some stuff that you guys create that you're not ready. It's not at a point where you need to be putting a premium price on it or a set price on it. Baby, you're still learning. You're still figuring it out. Maybe cover your cost of your supplies. You can get a little something, but it's like kind of being like on the job training. When you go into trainings, do they pay you the same amount that they pay once you are done with training and you're officially doing the job? Every job that I've had where there was like a training period, you got paid less during the training period than you did once you were on the floor or doing the job. But some way, somehow, now that you have your own business, you take these classes one time and then you want to now slap a premium price on it and you have not perfected the thing. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. You always help make sure we stay on point. I try, but you know, this isn't what people want to hear. Isn't the part that they want to hear. Now, if I was on here saying I'm going to show you how to make fans and graduation stalls and yard signs and this, that, and the third, then it'll be a different story. So I'll give you an example. Like, let's break down pricing, right? So I gave this example the other day. Some of you guys probably didn't see this video, right? I'm gonna show these two. So there is, I'm gonna take this off of the screen. There is a stick on the back of this because I was being rough and I was trying to hit something and I snapped the stick. But these front facing, they look the same, right? With the exception of this stick, the color of the stick, looking at the design, right? We can agree that these look the same, correct? So if these look the same to you, put a 1 in the chat. If they do not look the same, put a 2 in the chat. Disregard the sticks. So pretend this stick is purple. But just looking at them from the front, these would appear to be the same, correct? 1 if they look the same, 2 if they do not. Hold up again. 1 if from the front these appear to be the same. 2 if they are not. Okay. Actually, look at God. From the back, I know this stick is smaller, but even, okay, imagine that this stick was like this. Do these essentially look the same from the back? Even like this. Do these, so now this is the back side. So we'll go 3 and 4. 3 if they look the same, 4 if they don't. Disregarding, the stick. Three if they look the same, 4 if they don't. Okay. So a lot of 3s, a lot of 1s. So if this was up on my website or on social media, to the naked eye and just looking at these would be the same. They would serve the same exact purpose. The difference, however, you can somewhat see. Okay, so, all right, this is backwards because this is technically, I don't know how to show y'all. Over here, it looks backwards. This is in my right hand. This is in my left hand. So this is the purple stick one. This is the plain stick one. Do you see the difference from the side? Who can tell the difference in the side from the plain stick and the purple stick? What's the difference? One, well, you can't say one is larger. We established they are exactly the same. Nothing's different from front to back. That part, they're the same. So definitely it's not larger. One is thicker. Okay. The plain one is thinner because guess what? It's bowing back, right? You have some people who are like, I just want something to hold up at graduation. That's all I want. This will work for me. This is floppy. It still fans. It has some wind, but this is really quick to make. This is 2 layers of paper, but this also can be disposable. This can be bent. They're both cardstock, actually. Both are actually cardstock. They're technically made from the exact same cardstocks, technically. But this, the quality of this is what I call this one is my economy fan. This is from a cheap people. I'm going to still give you great quality from the front. I mean, it's the same type of stick. It's still going to be cute. But this takes less time to make. It's my economy version from a cheap people. Okay? No, they're both the same. One is not laminated. They are made, this is the exact same print. It literally comes from the exact same, it can't be the exact same paper. But this is the difference. This, it's not bending. This is made in a different manner where this becomes a lot sturdier. This is something if they wanted to keep, they don't have to worry about where this goes and if it's going to get bent up and this, that, and the third. This is advertised as our keepsake version because they can keep this. This is made, it's a longer process to make it where it's sturdier, has a little bit more weight to it. It's a lot of you guys who are making them this way, but pricing them like they're this. The value that customers put on it. Some are going to say, okay, I need the fan. While they like this, and I think someone said they want luxury for dollar store. This has a certain price point. You might like this, but you don't want to pay for this. The amount that you want to pay gets you this. If you don't want this, you're going to pay the price for this because you cannot get this for the price of this. If I am going to bundle something, I am not going to bundle my premium product that's going to take a lot more steps. If I'm going to bundle, well, this bundle comes with the economy fans, something I can pretty much slap together. It's the same quality in the front, to stick in the back, it's still a fan. Now, if you want to upgrade, I can increase my average order value. You can upgrade to this. But if I'm doing imagine if you got these bundles that y'all putting out. And see, here's the problem I think too. Y'all don't have no real confidence. Y'all are taking all this time investing into these bundles, putting them together. Y'all want the mock-up files, and you're dropping all this AI created stuff, and someone's giving you all these things, and you're not putting in any real work because they're giving you that's how they're getting you. You're going to get this, whatever. We're going to give you the files. We're going to give you the mock-ups. We're going to give you the this. We're going to give you a price list. They don't know nothing about your area. Your area is about 5 people, 4 cows, 1 general store. And if you think you finna go sell them fans for $20, baby, that ain't something happen, Captain. So how can they give you a price list? Because that might be based off of their sit, and then they give you a price list and they don't even sell nothing. They don't talk to nobody about pricing. They don't even make the items that they using to sell, to advertise to you. They didn't even make those. So how they telling you about pricing? Oh, never mind. I mean, I don't know nothing, I just know how to talk to people. You know, I just do this. I just know how to calculate. I just make my own calculators. I just so happen to be great at math, really good at Excel. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. May or may not be my area of expertise. May or may not be. May or may not know what I'm talking about. But this, you can make in your sleep. But some of you guys are, what I was saying, you're doing these bundles, no plans of, what do you got 20 orders of this? Y'all don't have y'all don't have dates. How many of these bundles are you willing to take per day? Will it have y'all? Some of y'all have never even put these entire bundles together because you're waiting on an order. So you don't even know how many hours it's really going to take. Is it going to take a few hours? Is it going to take all day? So should it be for these bundles, I can only take on 1 or 2 of these? Are y'all even asking for a need by date when y'all doing these bundles? So what if 10 people all wanted theirs due on the same day? And you also had 5 that was due the day before, 5 that's due the next day. So you don't have no wiggle room. Harpo, how you finna do those? The problem is y'all don't have no real expectations. Y'all are putting these bundles out there, and in your mind, if I just get 2 people to buy this $500 bundle, baby, I'm winning. I'm winning if I get 2 people to buy this huge bundle. If I get 3 people to buy this $200 bundle, baby, I'm winning. That's not business. Because you made a little hot, little $600, little $500, little $1,000. That's not business. But that's what most of you guys are banking on, because you don't even know how long it's going to take to do these things. Because in your mind, I don't have an order for it, so I'm not going to actually create a sample version of this or keep track of this. You're brand new to this. You're going to have all these mistakes, but because they say you better get into grad season, this is where the money at for the crafters, you going and you just doing it and don't even know what you're getting yourself into. You finna mess up more than you actually, that's done correctly, and you're going to end up losing more money, and this is where you want to give up at. You're going to start to blame yourself. You're going to feel like, oh, it has to be me. Kind of sort of is you, because you didn't take the time to slow walk it and to learn the thing, and not like learn the business side of it and make sure that you can actually accomplish it. Can your printer handle it? Some of this stuff y'all have printers that can't handle that load. Do you know how long it would take your printer to print out 10, 13 by 19, 11 by 17 prints? Then you still have to print out the prints for the tumblers that you put in there, the buttons that you put in there that was sublimation buttons. Some of y'all got socks, and y'all got all this stuff that's sublimation because you have this one sublimation printer. So just to print out for the one order, how long them prints gonna take? Have you ever monitored? Have you ever written down? Have you ever calculated? Have you ever timed how long it takes for your printer to print out a certain number of sheets of paper? But you're in business, but you don't know any of your numbers. Knowing your numbers in business is about a lot more than just knowing the dollars. So if you're going to do a bundle, you can't just go and say, oh, well, I made shirts before, I made tumblers before. Oh, I know how long it takes to make a tumbler. When you are doing, if you have never done that many different things at one time, because it might be different in if you're doing, like, let's say party favors. Once you print all those out, you might sit down at a desk and you're like putting stuff together or whatever. But with some of these bundles, it's going to be you up at a heat press for how long? What's the longest you have stood up at your heat press and then had to go do something else? Would you be able to do all parts of that order in one sitting? Or are you going to have to split it up? Are you going to need to take frequent breaks? So does that order go from being one day to where now it's going to take you 2-3 days to do it? And if you don't really have a lot of orders going on, you don't have other things going on, it might work out for you. But if you have other things going on, that ain't going to work. Think about that before y'all put these outrageous bundles together and just throwing stuff in there. And you're not thinking about the execution of it. In order for you to have a successful business, you have to consider the execution. You have to. So, the other part of pricing, when we talk about efficiency, it's going to be different as far as, like, let's say we charge the same amount of money for our fans, right? So I go and I give you this suggested price, and I'm going to tell you, hey, you're going to charge, even if it was, let's just say $10, because I can't fix my mouth to say charge $5 for no fan. And some of y'all was charging $3 by the time you put these bundles. I had someone order 10 fans. So basically 5 sets of these fans, because they come in sets of 2. And that was 10 times 2. And not a discount was given. They paid for it completely. Ain't no discounts because you got 10 fans. Some of y'all giving out discounts at 4 fans, at 6 fans. Excuse me? How? How, Sway? How? But let's say $10. We're both charging $10 per fan. And I'm gonna just say that let's say it's this one. You are someone who has a small format printer. So you are printing these out one by one by one by one, and putting them on your machine and cutting them out one by one by one by one. It's going to take you a whole lot longer to get yours done. The 8.5 by 11 paper and printing out for 2 on 8.5 by 11 paper is going to cost more than me printing out 2 on 1 11 by 17 paper. So just by me having a large format printer, even if it's only by a few cents, my profit margin has instantly increased because I am able to print 2 on 1 sheet. My ink cost goes down, the cost of my paper goes down. My labor goes down because I'm going to take 1 sheet and load it, and it is going to read those registration marks and cut. I don't have to go and load 2 sheets, let it go through registration marks twice, and then cut. My efficiency is increased. Therefore, my profit margin is increased. Did I not say that in the beginning? Efficiency determines how much you profit. We're charging the same amount, even if we use the same brand of paper. The difference is going to be in the process. How many orders I can take is going to be different. When I did this whole thing, so when I did this set, I did them in a very long, tedious process that most beginners learn how to make these. Took me 5 hours to do 10 fans. 5 hours doing this process. I did the actual orders for these in a more streamlined manner. And it took me less than 3 hours to do them. So I cut down 2 hours of time to where that 2 hours could have been, I would have almost been finished a second order. So in the time that it took me to do one order of 10 fans, I pretty much could have done 20 the way that I did this set, because these are both the same way, but the methods were different. So within, like, let's say 5.5 hours, I would have made more money than you did in the same amount of time. So some people are like, oh my God, they can't be making no money charging that low. No, I can, because I have more efficiency. My process is, I probably can charge less. And if I wanted to, I can charge more, and I'm still gonna be making more money than you. You cannot call somebody else's pocket because you don't know their processes. You don't know what type of printer they have. Some of y'all have these printers that print really slow. Some people have printers that print really fast. Some of you guys are doing the process, and because of the printers that you're using and things like that, you have to do an extra step. Y'all are laminating. I ain't got to laminate, not a thing. Not a thing, not a thing. Processes are different. So the person that asks, how do you determine your pricing? Only you can decide that, but you have to start with, one, calculating your supplies, but knowing that because you are buying them retail, you don't really get the same pricing privileges that someone who's buying wholesale or resale gets. Because if you're buying retail and you try and do that ×3 and put labor and put overhead, you are going to price yourself outside of the market, and you're going to have a lot of people say, oh, that's too much. You might get 1 or 2 people that might buy that, that might go ahead and get it, but you're not going to have a high volume of customers, which is what a business needs. You need more traffic. But when you get into the space of being able to have the money, have the cash flow, have the capital to buy things in bulk, to buy things at resale, meaning you're getting a lot of it because you have a business that's built around standard supplies, and you know what you need to order, and you're able to build around that, you're buying more of it. And that is when people say, oh, other companies do it. Yeah, they're doing that because it's not going to be more work for them. I give this example all the time. We sell summation paper. We sell paper in single packs. We sell it in 3 and 4 packs, and we sell it by the case. It comes in a case already. It already has a box to it. It's already packed up. So if you buy the case, and that means, like, okay, we don't have to do a whole lot of work to sell for the 8.5 by 11 and 8.5 by 14. That's 20 packs of paper. For 11 by 17, 13 by 19, that's 10 packs of paper. We're able to sell that to one person. One person wants that. We slap a label on it. We ship it to you. You get a discount on that because you're ordering more. It doesn't take more work for us. It's actually less work for us. We don't have to open this up. We don't have to go and transfer it to a different box. We don't have to put it inside of a poly mailer and do all of these things. We don't have to go and put the because with the other box, it's space in it. So now you got to protect it. There's all this additional work that we have to do to take it from the case, put it in an individual box, and then ship it, right? Y'all paying for that. The hell? That's more work. That's extra boxes. That's more supplies. Then, like, on like just the logistics side and like the business side of like customer acquisition and like the marketing and all that stuff to be able to sell one pack. the customer pays for that. When it's a 3-pack, you're getting more. It's not a lot more. It's not more work for us. The box that we ship it in can hold 3. It can hold 1. Well, we can put 1 in it, or we can put 3 in it, or 4 for 13 by 19. So if 4 people, well, let's say this should say like 8.5 by 14. If 3 people ordered 1 pack of paper, we have to use 3 different boxes. We have to tape it, like, use our tape to close that box. 3 different like sets of tape. 3 different, well, then we have to put the air pillows in there. 3 different poly mailers. 3 different labels. But if somebody goes and they're getting 3 packs of paper in that same box, it's just going in that one box. It's 1 set of tape. We don't really have to put air pillows and all that stuff in there. It's 1 poly mailer and 1 label. We are able to provide a discount for that. It's not like this crazy, it's not this crazy discount, but you are getting something because you're buying more of these at the same time. That doesn't take more work from us. It's ready to go. It's ready to ship. We're not hand making anything. A lot of the times when people are bundling, when companies are bundling things, this is the part that you guys are missing. Companies do bundle. They're bundling things that are ready to ship, ready to sell, RTS. That can mean ready to ship, ready to sell. Ain't nobody trying to bundle up no customized stuff that requires extra work. But if you have something that's ready to ship, you can bundle that. I'm going to give y'all a little, I guess you can say a little freebie here, right? Y'all want to customize everything. So if you wanted to bundle something, it would be if you wanted to give a button and you wanted to put some type of bundle, they just need a button that says 2020 class of 2025, right? You're going to go, and whether you want to just mass produce when you have like a free day or whatever while you're watching TV, you can print out a bunch of them on one sheet, whatever. They're all the same. It's mindless work. You're going to create a bunch of buttons, or you're going to purchase a bunch of buttons because bigger companies, they have automated systems. So for them, it's nothing. They're not hand making anything. So they're going to offer you discounts because it's just automated. It's an automatic machine that's making these buttons. No one's going and using manual labor to create them. So if you got buttons, you might hand make the shirts, hand make the tumblers, but you're going to also get 10 buttons, but they're going to be generic buttons. Well, if you would like them to be buttons that have their face and you want to match it, guess what? There's an upcharge for that, because guess what? You have to do more work. I am not saying that you can't bundle, but please bundle smart and stop listening to these folks telling y'all to bundle this stuff and telling y'all to do all these crazy discounts. And then on top of that, when you go and you give multiples of the bundle that you already discounted, talking about some discount, some more, they gonna have y'all broke, but they taking all your little good points. Do it smart, y'all. Do it smart. I know this ain't what y'all normally hear, because I'm in the groups. I listen to stuff and I just be shaking my head because y'all just be eating that stuff up. Oh, that's good. And I'm like, ain't shit good about that. They finna have y'all working overtime for less money. And y'all thinking this is good information, good advice, good coaching, good mentorship. That is the worst advice ever. I know y'all not. Here I am. Here, the black ladies yelling at grown people again. I know. My bad, but not my bad. Because I don't like that for y'all. Some of y'all are putting in way too much work. You're really, really trying. You're probably crying because it's like you have those nights, you feel like no one understands. You crying because you put in the work, you bought the supplies, you're doing all the stuff that you feel like, hey, they telling me to do this, but it's not working for me. because they're not even doing the things that they're telling you to do. At least not in the same capacity. They haven't tried to make any of those things work in the capacity that they're telling you to do, like in the same type of business. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. Well, I'll say it's not like wrong. You just got to make better decisions. You got to look past the craft. If you want to be in business, you got to start really, really, really consume, like filling your cup up with true business information and knowledge. Start truly looking at businesses, not looking at it through the eyes of, well, like how you guys have this thing about being called a small business as if it makes you insignificant, but it is what it is. Now, there are some people, they'll go and they say, oh, your little business, and they might be saying it in a way that is derogatory. They're trying to put you down. But that doesn't mean when you're saying it, it's like it's your humble beginnings. You have a small business. You have a startup business. There is no shame or blame. There is no dishonor in that. You are still figuring it out. And it's going to be some nights when you're crying because you need to figure it out. A lot of this crap, get what you need from the craft group. Stop spending all this extra time in there. And you can't, unless it is a group that is truly about business and it's more high level people and thinking people in this group or in this community, y'all gotta stop going into these groups asking how much do you price, because it's the blind leading the blind. If the answer is go look at Etsy, I don't know who told y'all that the people on Etsy was the authority in pricing, because half of them, just like y'all, burnt out and broke. Because on Etsy, they taking out extra fees to list it there. They worse off than you. At least you get to keep your little extra was it 20 cents? They're spending out more money than you because they got 30,000 listings over there. They getting bills from Etsy. Make sure the boring stuff, the long-winded people, even information from like business stuff that's outside of crafting. The average person in the craft community is not going to teach you business. Their main focus is going to be on the craft part, the creative part, or trying to, they're going to be about business, but it's just to get you in a class. They're not really talking to you about business. You can either, oh, well, now it is a sales pitch for me. I would say you can try it out. For me, I've had these discussions on more than one occasion. You can go find them. Some of them are labeled, some of them are not. To get a sense, if you want the free information of how I teach, and I've given gems, or that's what I like to call them, gems and nuggets and knowledge on top of knowledge, and you can somehow pile them all together. But I do have a creative business program. And I love the fact that some of those students are like, this is overwhelming. Because that lets, like, they're getting information that's going to be helpful and beneficial to them that they've never really gotten before. Had one of them, I say, I cannot wait to pull that soundbite. When I go and I'm like, stop trying to create new content. Post some of the old stuff. Nobody knows that it's old but you. They probably didn't see it the first time that you posted it. And then she went and told me, I did what you said. I challenged myself that, I'm going to post every day and I'm going to use old content. She went from not making any money. And then I want to say, I got to go back and listen. I'm not sure if it was 1,500 or 15,000 because she does print stuff. But it was a 1 in the 5 in the somewhere. It was 1,000 somewhere in there. So it's either 1,500 or 15,000. One of those. I got to go back and listen to it because I got just excited. But she was like, she had 0 sales before, and then she had her revenue just skyrocketed over the next 7 days, the next week. My methods work. Now, you can invest $100 and try it out for a month. You'll get all of the playbacks. The month of April is all co-working and accountability. It's live sessions, live via Zoom. I don't really cut you off. I let you talk and ask your questions. It's helpful. We're going to go through setting up systems. If you have not set aside time to implement systems in your business, but you have sat in classes for 2 hours, 3 hours to learn something new, but you have not set aside time to put energy and effort into your business, you owe it to yourself to drop $100. Y'all paid more for that for printers. Y'all don't pay more for that in paper and in ink and shirts and stoles and clack fans and tumblers. $100 will get you playbacks to the past month, the first 10 weeks, and you will be able to attend live sessions the entire month of April. That's about setting yourself up correctly for business so that you're not all over the place. If you don't have a website, you're not ready for that yet. That's just not in your budget right now. But how to create a system for ordering to keep up with your shipping, for your social media, for your descriptions so that you can articulate how to set up your marketing and set up thumbnails and set up quality social media posts. This is what we're doing the entire month of April, starting on Monday. The link is in the description, or you can go straight to our site, learn.365creativeacademy.com. It's the Creative Business Program. You can sign up for 1 month, no obligation after that. Or you can do the reoccurring. But you have to want more for yourself. You have to want more than just the craft knowledge. I have plenty of classes. I can show you how to do these all day long. I can show you how to do these flawlessly all day long. I can show you how to do these all day long. Show you how to make these all day long. But me showing you and teaching you how to do these, but you don't know how to properly monetize it, does you no good. I have been on for 1 hour and 48 minutes. I said I was going to do no more than 2. I stopped doing Q&As because y'all be tripping. But I will open it up. Any questions that you guys may have for me? Because I said a lot. Talked and fussed for 1 hour and 48 minutes. Any questions that you may have, feel free to put them in the chat. Be more than happy to answer them for you. I love the not bending one. No, they were on the same side. They were just turned to the side. They're the exact same. I just turned them like this. Of course, it's going to be the opposite side because they're facing back to back, but they're the same. This has no guts, no skeleton, and this one does. Thank you. I need to hear this today. I was about to give up. Don't ever give up. Well, I'm not going to say don't give up, because that's, if it's not healthy for you, if it's affecting your health, if it's affecting your mental, it is definitely okay to walk away. It's a lot of people. When it was affecting me, I had a whole heart attack at 42. I took a year. I it was stressful for me to not do it, so I had to kind of still incorporate it in some way, shape, or form. But I basically took a break. I wasn't as active as I normally would be in 2024. 2023 was one of the scariest moments of my life, to have a heart attack. June 30th, 2023, had a heart attack. Got 2 stents put in my heart on July 3rd. And my mental was all over the place after that. People don't understand, like, when I love what I do. I love this. If I was able to apply for grants and somebody was to pay, like, and I was being paid lovely to be on here and just do this every single day, and I would, like, without me having to have classes and do all this stuff, this is what I literally would do. If somebody somewhere was just paying me to be on here every single day, I would love to do this. Even if y'all didn't ask questions, but it got very frustrating for me. It wasn't fun for me anymore. It was affecting my mental. It was affecting my health. And I'm like, I just can't. As much as I love my Honestly Speaking submission paper, the work to market that and the capacity that I have right now, I'm not able to give that energy. So I'm like, I need to walk away from that being one of the major parts of business for me. So I'm like shutting it down. I made that announcement, starting last year. Then at the top of the year, I said, this is my swan song. I'm like walking away from this. And people don't understand the business side of it and how it works when it comes to taxes and things of that nature. And so there are certain things where if I don't want to carry inventory over for it to affect our taxes, you can't just give it away. You don't get full credit. You guys always say, like, oh, I need a write-off. A write-off means that you cannot use it in your business. You're writing it off. You want 100% credit. There are deductions in your business, and there are certain percentages for things like within your business you get like credits or deductions for. But for a write-off, that is, hey, don't count this against my tax debt, my tax liability. And when it comes to certain things, in order for you to write it off, like as a business, if it was inventory, you have to destroy that. You cannot just give it away. You can't just throw it in a trash. It has to be destroyed. It cannot be usable. So I'm trying my best to sell it before we have to destroy it. Do you account for wear and tear on your machines and pricing? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because they don't last forever. This is why it's so many people who, when their machines go down, they panic because they haven't accounted for that, and that they're not going to work someday. And with also with the whole wear and tear, you have to put that money aside somewhere to be able to upgrade equipment and replace equipment. Because if you just go and spend every single dime, so that part becomes a part of like just running a business and not spending every single dime that comes in. And I know you might need the money, right? Like, okay, well, I needed to pay this bill and it's there. But if you think about business in the long run, and, in order to, like, if you need this money, you need to protect that business and its ability to bring in money. So as hard as it is, you have to be disciplined to not just take all of the revenue that came in to take care of a personal need, and you need to have an account that is for operations and business and saving for certain spends. Because if your printer goes down and you don't have the money to at least put some, like, pay part of it, and just either like have part of it, maybe borrow the rest of the money, or just anything, especially if you don't have credit, then what are you going to do? because half of you guys also haven't built relationships. What is your backup plan? If your printer goes down, who is there a company that you can go to print out sublimation prints that's local to you, that you're going to order online? Do you have a backup plan for your business if your equipment goes down? Is there someone that you know that has a heat press that you might be able to like get to them quickly and at least fulfill your orders? Or are you going to sit there and panic and go crazy? And you can't afford to, even if you could afford to get one, you may not be able to get one in time to like finish the order. So what systems and what contingencies do you have in your business? So yes, plan for the wear and tear, but also have the savings and have a plan, a contingency plan as well. Great question. Yes, son. Last call for questions. Y'all have to also seek knowledge. That's what makes me great in business and where my successes come from, where I'm not afraid to ask hard questions. Um, I ask people questions about their processes. Like I'm always seeking information to get ahead. If that's not something that's a part of you naturally, it's not to say like a question about just about like a printer or a question about troubleshooting. You should be seeking knowledge, systems, processes. All of these things are questions, they're inquiries. What I see, what I feel when I see like people that don't ask questions, do you really have a vision for this thing that you're building, that you're creating, for this business that you have? What is your vision? And do you know how to get there, right? So what are the areas of your business or whatever it is that you are building, your side hustle, that are not quite clear? How are you going to get clarity on it? Because if you're not clear on it, that means you don't have the knowledge on it. It's somebody else might have that knowledge, but you guys are so afraid. If you're afraid to embarrass yourself in business, it's a lot of risk. It's gonna be some times you fall on your face. It's not to say that you have to fall on your face in the public eye. I mean, a lot of people have there's ebbs and flows of business. There's a lot of people that go through a lot of tribulations and trials in their business. You find out about it like on the other side of it, once they like either they've resolved it and it still didn't work out in their favor, or they've come above it, like Pinky Cole. Now she has said that she's been going through this for a year, but we just heard about it like in February when some of this stuff went down, and then she ended up buying her business back in like late March. But there's going to be some ups and downs in business, and you might need some help and some guidance. I currently don't have any. I'm trying to think of one. Um, so let me kind of help out real quick, right? I think you said you were um okay. Do you have a website? Well, see, you say you've been on hiatus. So you're not, when are you looking to get back full on into business? And you don't have to, just for the sake of, you don't have to think of something, because if you're on hiatus and that's not something that's at the forefront of your mind, where you don't know how long you're going to be on hiatus, you have other priorities right now, and you're not looking to really be in business. You might still be making things, but you're not looking for it to be a business. You may not have questions about systems or websites or processes and things of that nature. So I understand, like, you don't have to kind of search for a question on my behalf. Like, I mean, there's some where I was helping someone, and it did take for us going through her Shopify, where she was doing digital products, and don't know how, like, where she ended up choosing the digital download that wasn't the one from Shopify, and she had to pay for hers, and Shopify literally has one. So it's like, just even asking that question, even if you're using something, hey, you do digital products or digital downloads, which app are you using? And that is literally how she found out that, oh, whoa, Shopify has its own digital download feature. I don't have to use this one that I'm paying for. No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm like, you may not have questions, because you're not looking to expand, you're not looking to grow, unless, like, then, um, if you're wanting to do it and you're finding trouble with, like, balancing it between your health issues, your health reasons, and running the business, and then it's a question of, okay, well, how can, like, what can I do to maintain a healthy balance? Like, that's a valid question, right? That maybe someone could help you navigate through that, even if the answer was about eliminating things or helping you work through, okay, what are the things that you can do, um with whatever this the cause of, like, the hiatus, and you're not able to work at your full capacity, what is it that you can do? But if people don't seek that help, then it's kind of like you're just in limbo, where you could still be thriving. For some health reasons and things like that, doesn't mean that you have to have a complete stop. You just have to make an adjustment. And some people just don't understand how to make that adjustment. They just can't see past whatever the situation is. They don't see a way out, and they may just need some help and guidance. But no one knows if you don't seek help and guidance, whether on a public platform or you end up booking a one-on-one call, to get that help and guidance. All right, well, I'm out of here. Until next time. Well, I did say a lot, so I'll wait for you to respond back. Um, what is it that I can do? Yes, that's my new question. um, what all were you doing before? Are you are you the person that your determination is like, or for you, you feel like, man, I already invested in all this stuff. I have to figure out some way to still do all of this, even with my change in the capacity of how I can work. So, like, the change in my life now, I still want to figure out how I can do all of this. Or are you willing to scale back, even with all this stuff still in your space? Some things are just going to sit there, and you are going to focus on the things that work within your new normal. I know that's crazy. I print, press, design, HTV, sublimation, etc. a lot. Okay. So of those things, which is the two things that you would prefer not to give up? I'm thinking of pivoting to sell designs. Okay. With whatever your situation is, do you have the capacity to still create content, to generate traffic for these designs? Will you have the ability to create descriptions for them? Are you able to create YouTube content, real content, like reels or shorts, or just like video content? Do you have the capacity to run a Facebook group that is centered around like designing and not teaching it? That's going to be the important thing, is not teaching it, but you're going to build it up to where people are coming there to see like the designs, maybe how to use them. Well, you, even with that, right? With the designs, do you want to just have the designs and hey, it's on you to figure it out how you're going to use it? Would you be willing to, or would you be open to, if you had like newbies and those who like the design, but they lack creativity in figuring it out? Are you wanting to do content on showing how they can apply these? Or is it, hey, this is just the design and I'm only providing the designs? So what would that look like for you? Because we can make designs, but with selling them, even if you're just putting them on Etsy, you still have to have a marketing plan. So what's within your capacity to do for marketing to be able to get that traffic and get clientele? Some people think that going digital means that your life it's going to be a whole lot easier, but that's not the case. The business side, it doesn't matter what the business is. The business side of client acquisition, actually getting customers, getting traffic to your website, getting conversions, that work is exactly the same no matter the model of business. What becomes different is how that product, how that offer, how that service, how that item is delivered and what it is. Whether or not I'm creating it one time, I'm now going to do a lot more marketing and, driving traffic to the website where they can go and purchase it. I don't have to do anything manual. They're going to go in, they're going to click it. It's going to automatically download to them. I'm going to collect my coins, but I still have to get traffic to that website, to that Etsy. I have to work on my thumbnails, my SEOs, my descriptions, how I'm letting people know that I exist in this space. That is still the same no matter what business it is. But then like on the craft side, it would be you're still doing these things, or the creative side or custom side. Now the difference is, okay, it's not just a one-time thing and now it's ready to like go. You have to go and physically make things. And okay, if you can't physically make it, that's one thing, but you still have to put in the same amount of work, if not more, because now so many people are selling designs. Where are your ideas from designs going to come from? So how good are you with engaging in groups, figuring out what people want? Are you going to be like me, where that frustration sets in when you're asking questions and people don't really respond? So although you have you don't want to waste your time creating designs, because sometimes we'll create for ourselves, but others may not want those designs. So are you going to be active in groups? How do you plan to figure out like what designs to make? Are you going to make one version, two version? Are you going to make them compatible with Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, Canva, Cricut? like every single platform. So these are things that you have to think about when you're wanting to make designs. Like I like, see, for me, I'm a silhouette girl. If somebody wanted this in silhouette, it's easier for me to do that, right? Like, but now everybody wants Canva, and this Canva is not this easy thing to just drop glitter in. In Silhouette Studio, you put your glitter on there, you crop it, you fill your colors in, you keep it moving, shouted. For Canva, I have to go through this whole process and take it into a different program and do clipping mask and do all this stuff and then save it to then take it over to Canva so that I can go and save it as a template. And like, it's just a whole lot of, and that's why sometimes now I'm like, I don't even want to deal with all this template stuff because trying to, like, I don't use elements from Canva. Like I'm designing from scratch. And when you're designing from scratch, you can't do that in Canva because it's a lot of plug and play. Yeah, you can type some stuff out, but like how I design, I have to do a different program. So now trying to make that compatible with Canva, it's like all of these steps. And so that's why I've kind of like, I don't bother to deal with templates anymore and designs because I'm like, yeah, anybody got time for that? I love the thought of getting I've thought of looking into getting designs on Creative Fabrica too. So that's also a good avenue. You when it comes to that, it's good for, how can I say it? Like, especially to get like your name like out there and when it comes to designs and stuff like that, but you have to remember that they have a membership where people get complete access to their website for just $47. So it's not like you're going, if you have your own website and you're getting paid, someone coming in, even if it's like $3 per, every time like someone's purchasing it, where there it's an expectation of like volume. So how you're going to get paid is going to be a little bit different with putting it on there. Some people are okay with potentially getting like more people are going to download it. So you'll get almost like, I'm gonna say like pennies, but it's a couple cents on the dollar. But if you're getting like a bunch of downloads and stuff for it, you're also competing with a lot of people on there. If you want people to kind of go in and download, you still need to do marketing. If that's going to be like the primary place and not your website, you're going to want to, like when you're marketing and doing things like that, you're going to want to send people to your page and your listing on Creative Fabrica so that your listings and like your items on there is getting the downloads. Now, if somebody does not have that subscription and they just purchase that straight out based off whatever price point you have, yes, you'll get more for that. But if somebody's purchasing that and they have a subscription, you're not getting paid for each individual one as if it would be on your website. So be mindful of that. Like there's literally layers and layers and layers to this, no matter what the business model is. So that's a good place, but you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You want to have your website. You can also have, Etsy to it. Also, just like brand awareness for your brand, and when you're sending stuff out, having something that's going to link back to a website. That way, you don't have to worry about losing the 30 cents per listing because you still have a transaction fee even on your website. But if they get 10 items, you're not paying 20 cent times 10. It's just that one transaction fee. You are very welcome. But selling designs, like I said, some people do that, and that's all they do, and it's something that's always needed. And it just the words of the wise, don't overcomplicate it. Definitely have a lot of simple, like, you know how many people was asking for this design. Of course, they can't get this because that's for a school. It's just the 2025, the word grad, the cap, and the class of. Like, that's really simple. You have some people that don't know how to make a heart. They don't know how to go and create that. So even as an SVG, I don't know how to make it, but I don't have the time a lot of times to like make it. So I'll go on Creative Fabrica, and I've gotten bundles that's literally a bunch of hearts, like a bunch of different hearts. It got scribbles in it. It's different shapes of heart. It's clusters of heart, all these different things. Like autism awareness, this autism awareness month. So I've gotten files from there. That's puzzles. I went and we created puzzle pieces in my bachelor's program, master's program a couple years ago. So I know how to make puzzle pieces on my own, but I've also downloaded puzzle pieces too. So if you know how to create certain shapes from scratch, don't overlook those things either. Everything doesn't have to be where you're creating like major designs like this for them to go and put stuff in. Don't overlook the simple things also. My plan is simple SVGs. Perfect. Perfect place to start. And see, because it's an SVG, that makes it a whole lot easier with making it integrate with different like vector-based programs like Silhouette. They can use it with Cricut, even with Canva. If you're going to do basically like an SVG when it comes to Canva, you have to limit it to 5 colors, 5 colors. So that's just, a little note there when it comes to Canva. You have to limit that SVG or that vector file to 5 colors. But yeah, all right, let me get out of here. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. Definitely look into the Creative Business Accelerator Program. We have a session on Monday, the entire month of April. It is co-working days and accountability days. This month is designed to help you get the things for your business done. If you have ever sat in a class just to kind of get show and tell and just kind of see things for design, you should want to do this for your business. And you are getting multiple sessions for $100. Like, you can attend live and you still get to watch all the playback. If all you want to do is get your business together, your order forms, your websites, your policies and procedures, your shipping, all these things, like the majority of your systems, your social media, you want to get those in place during the month of April. Go ahead and join now so that you are ready for Monday. Invest $100 in yourself to give your business a jump start. And I look forward to seeing you guys the month of April. All right. Until next time, guys. Peace.